Self-isolation is guarded, whereas solitude is boundaried. New Age spirituality is heavily focused on self-interest and self-preservation, but is that natural? My name is Takia. If you are not familiar with my channel or my videos, this video is not going to be too long. That is my goal, but I wanted to bring you guys out in nature with me, just so I'm as grounded and connected as I'm delivering these messages. I've gone through and experienced a lot of changes, a lot of lessons, a lot of learned lessons. A lot of us are on this journey of just returning back to ourselves and our true nature and experiencing a lot of these shifts. And so to hear another voice has always been very helpful for me, very comforting for me, and affirming. This is my work right now, moving and shifting from self-preservation, self-isolation, being very self-involved, shifting from that into community, into union, into preservation of the whole. Really, right now, I'm getting a lot of tests. Let me not say tests. I'm experiencing a lot of opportunities right now to show up for others. And the sigh and the deep breath is because I've had to focus on myself and truly preserving myself and working on boundaries. And I want to a little bit later talk about the differences I've noticed between boundaries and walls. There's a huge difference. If you can relate, like this video and leave a comment. But I've been getting a lot of opportunities to shift my mindset, which will shift my reality into caring for others and showing up for others the way that I want people to show up for me and the way that I show up for myself. So yes, a part of the work is preserving yourself, is self-care, and is, filling your cup up. But something that came to me as I was meditating was, we say fill your cup first. You must fill your cup first. But if you're getting poured into, it's a lot easier to fill your cup because you're getting poured to from external sources. I love the term New Age spiritualism. Although some of us have been around for lifetimes, I definitely connect with the idea of New Age spirituality and how it's important because there are a lot of people looking for a more modern take and a more accessible take on spirituality and just kind of how to get started with terms and with faces, people that they can resonate with and relate to. So I get it. But through my experience so far, I would say my waking up happened in 2012 when my mother passed away. And I remember vividly waking up after that so many times throughout the night, gasping for air, waking up and just feeling like I was being reborn. Let me know if any of you have experienced that. My boyfriend at the time would have to he would be shocked and would have to console me and help me to self-soothe because it was like I was being jolted. So yeah, I have vivid memories of gasping, waking up in the middle of the night and gasping for air like I was a newborn baby. Oh my goodness. So that was in 2012. So on this journey, as more of the New Age spiritualism has become popularized, I have taken what resonates, but I've tried so many of the things. I've tried a lot of the things. And I believe it was in 2018 or 2017 when I first discovered Abraham Hicks, and I was lit. I was lit up because I just love the idea that you don't need to externalize what's going on. You can always take control and find the tools within yourself and those resources. And so Abraham Hicks and the law of attraction, that was so attractive to me. That helped me realize that my mind is powerful and I create my heaven or my hell on earth. But I also realized, this is just an example with Abraham Hicks and law of attraction, I realized that it is detrimental, some of those teachings, because a lot of it was about self-preservation and the self and always being selfish and changing the definition around the word selfish, and that negative connotation that comes with it. So I just felt very validated and like it was the right thing to do, to prioritize myself above my family, above my friendships. And it sounds harsher than it actually was, but that was my focus. It was always about filling my cup. So then eventually, when I'm better and when I have more tools and when I'm more healed, I can show up for others, which is another loophole and an illusion. I feel like self-preservation to selfishness pipeline is a slippery slope, and it can happen in the blink of an eye. And I got caught up in that. I did. I realized recently when I was journaling that I have wanted to just be a very healed and perfect version of myself. I'll say more so my unhealed parts of myself, so that it does not rub off on my loved ones. And let me just read what I wrote. I have my notebook here from my girl Destiny. My next level of work is to show up in my relationships with more intention and consistency. Over these years, it has been challenging for me to show up with consistency because of, the things that I've experienced personally and the things that I've been trying to heal and not wanting to be judged, essentially. And it's kind of manipulative when you think about it. It's kind of manipulative to want to control the narrative that your friends or your family may have about you. That is not my intention, but I realize how that behavior can come across. It has been way more about not wanting to dump and to trouble my loved ones with my stuff, my shit, and my work. One thing I was saying to someone recently when they wanted to protect me by not providing information, I realized that's what I've been doing. And it's not my job. What I explained to them, and I have to take my own teachings, but it's not my job to determine if what I'm going through or experiencing is going to be too much for someone to hear. But I always just feel like I got it, I can handle it, and I got it. And I don't have it all of the time. I notoriously can get very self-involved and solely focused on healing in solitude because I can feel too fearful of being toxic and projecting my work onto my loved ones. I'm not giving them the option to show me their grace and to teach and love my authentic self at any given time. My words just hit me. I'm not giving my loved ones and my family the option to show me their grace and to teach and love my authentic self. I'm avoiding and bypassing the healing that can only come in community and in love with others. Self-isolation is guarded, whereas solitude is boundaried. New Age spirituality is heavily focused on self-interest and self-preservation, but is that natural looking back at my childhood, our history as a people, and nature? We operate in community. That's how you thrive and build for your future and the preservation of the whole. You know the saying, it takes a village. You know the saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others, okay? Whew. All right. It is much easier to fill your cup when you are being poured into. We have it backwards. I can survive on my own, but I do not want to. I want to flourish and I want to thrive. Nature tells us so much about being in union with other elements to achieve a common goal and function. I often look to nature when I have a question and I want to know how I should do things, or I want to know if it's natural or if this is how I should be. As a natural being, I often look to nature with questions because you can't get any more natural than nature. And so I talk to the stars, I talk to the moon, I talk to the sun in the morning for sunrise. I'm up here on the top of this roof, chatting and reasoning with the sun and meditating. And I'm very grateful that I'm in a country and in a space to do that, where I don't have to look up and worry about chemtrails and all of the borderline attacks on our enlightenment and spirituality and ascension. Because sometimes I get in a space where I'm like, things are not happening the way that I feel that they should, when everything is happening as it should, based on my level of awareness, based on my consciousness and my ability to surrender to the expansion and not stay stagnant, because we make ourselves stuck and stagnant. For me, it's really easy, and it has always been affirming and comforting to see all of the posts talking about being in solitude, and that it is necessary in order to journey deeper within yourself and be authentic. And that is true, but again, it's a slippery slope. It is true that I love my solitude. I love my solitude, but I take it too far. Sometimes I take it too far. And in moments when I then need community and I need my people, because I have gone off the deep end into solitude, I have to go back and repair bonds, as opposed to just communicating and saying like, look, I need this. This is how I have to show up at times, and just being a good communicator, giving people that love me the opportunity to hold space for me, to give me advice like I give, and to just be there. There is necessary healing that can only be done in relationships and in community, and that's my work right now. If you're ever wondering what else you need to be doing to move forward, if you're feeling stagnant, simply ask, verbally ask. This is from Miriam Hasna. What is it that I need to know to get to the next level of who I already am, to get closer to my authentic self? I ask that when I'm feeling stagnant and stuck and like there's something in the way. It's been a journey to realize that there is no such thing as perfectionism. That word and term in itself is so misconstrued. I'm perfect in my emotions. I'm perfect in the areas where I feel like I have scars and wounding. Those are perfect too. That is what perfect is to me. It's acceptance. That's my work right now. I think I covered everything that I wanted to say. If you resonate with this, if you are tribe, okay, if you are out there and you're a part of my community, feel free to step forward and, let's just, continue to build our own community in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out my wellness brand with wellness products and resources, ru.prive, at ru.prive on Instagram, and ru.prive.com. I'll leave everything linked in the description box. Love, love, love. That is my work here in Jamaica. Love. I didn't even realize this line was across here. Forgive my setup, all right? Forgive my setup. It's hot. You are sitting on my 650-gallon water tank. Show y'all how I'm sitting.